Look at this, a Cybertruck sighting. Nice. Let's race them! Nice truck! Should we do it again? Oh, that thing's so fast off the line! That was fucking awesome. What up, Moto friends? Flip Moto here. I'm in a back alley of Austin. Finally got the Livewire running again. Ended up not being too big of a deal, but it was kind of annoying for a new bike for a 12-volt battery to die so quickly. And here's the culprit. It is a 12-volt, 2 amperes. It's very lightweight, and it has a battery testing button here that I don't think you can see unless you pull it out. I didn't know it was there until I pulled it out. And so this thing died after leaving it off the charger for about 3 days. What this actually does, it definitely runs that. So let's boot it up. I don't know if I've shown the boot screen. I have before, actually. I mentioned how it's a tad slow. You know, what are you going to do? All the bikes have them, right? Let's get the seat back on. And I got this. I put a new Peak design on there. And that's what I was going to go over, is sort of the things that I feel like I need to make this bike my own before I can truly review it. Because right now, as it stands, if I was to review this, I'd be like, well, the seat's kind of hard and the handlebars are kind of high and I don't really quite like the position and there's no rubber pegs and, you know, like little customization things like that. But yeah, let's just go over a couple things. This is just a piece of plastic. It is not the taillight. The taillight and the brake lights are in here. This thing has a lot of dad energy vibes, and to some people that might be great. To me, it's way overkill. All these reflectors, the brake lights being split into here and these two-way lights, and then having this, you know, nice space up here is nice, but significant amount of dad energy coming out of that. And if you were to say take this to a dirt track and try to do something, they do make it so that this wire right here just has a plug. Unbolt this piece here, unbolt that, and the whole thing comes off. But now you don't have a brake light. So, not recommended to maybe ride in traffic. I don't know. The rear brake reservoir. It's tucked up inside underneath the seat. I find that awesome, and I can't believe more manufacturers don't do that. Because look how clean that looks, and it really highlights the Showa suspension and this cool little lattice piece, rocker arm, cool little label for the S2 Aero System 2. It's got manufactured in United States label here for this unit here, which I haven't confirmed where they build it. Designed in California, says they build them in Milwaukee. The rest of the bike is built in York, Pennsylvania. So all of that is pretty labeled. Whether this piece here is manufactured and then in York and then shipped up to Milwaukee to be assembled, but what this essentially is I'll have this in the review, I'll have the technical specs of it, but there are almost double-sized A batteries, and there's just hundreds of them in, I want to say, serial, and then packed in some cooling, and this is all integrated as one piece, meant to be one piece, although this is meant to be serviceable. This is not meant to be serviceable. They told me that this thing could get hit by like a freight train and no spark, no fire. Like I said, the master cylinder on the rear is surprisingly beefy. It's very competent rear brake. It has, oh, let's leave this off so I don't drain that 12 volt again. I'm pretty sure that that's what might be causing a little bit of the issue. Every time you turn it off, it blinks to tell you it's armed. It does have a little radiator for the cooling system, and the fans actually kick on when charging. I've not had the fans kick on while riding. You can heat the battery up with aggressive riding. I haven't got to that point yet. Headlight is sick. Japan is not doing headlights well. Japan, get a lesson here. Keep it simple, but then change the shape, and now you got modern. It doesn't need to look like a bug. It doesn't need to look like a transformer. Yeah, so this kickstand is super, super sketchy and goes right by the main wire for the whole kit and caboodle. I'm not sure if that's a safe way to route that cable, or really what they need to do is just put a different kickstand on it without this spring-loaded locking. It's terrible. I don't know if that's a Sportster or if that's on the Pan America, but it's by far the most annoying thing on the bike so far. Another thing, everything's star bolt, no Allen bolts, everything's starred. So yeah, let's just get on a ride, and we'll ride downtown where it's meant to be, right? Take a look at this alleyway we're parked in here. This is nice and quiet. You got downtown just down the street. So yeah. Let's get on and boogie. So slow speed maneuvering on this bike is absolutely amazing. I know there's been quite a few people making videos and reviews of this, and so one person mentioned it, and I was like, huh, it does. It's really easy to ride slow. You can just little fractions of throttle and no worries of clutch. One hand, you can wave to people. It's great. And it does sit a little tall. So sometimes you might find yourself on a tippy toe. But yeah, overall, it's really easy short speed maneuvering. And you're ahead of traffic, like no matter where you are, just new Hop Daddy. Place is overrated. So yeah, I end up using the rear brake even on slow speed stuff, even though you don't have that typical punchy, grabby, feel like you're going to tip over right away sport bike front brake, which is nice to do, especially for slow speed maneuvering. But then again, when you get up going fast, you really do wish you had a little extra oomph, in brakes. Oh, why don't I do this? That was kind of a bad maneuver. Yeah, there used to be a cool motorcycle bar down here, and Lovejoy's, and it was one of the holdouts for allowing smoking. If you can imagine an era where all the bars were smoky, and then they passed the laws, and this Lovejoy held out as a cigar bar, which it was not. It was a dive bar where all the bikers hung out, and it was a cool place, and it had cheap beer, and it smelled like absolute ass. So, yeah, I love this thing because you can just whip around people without making any fuss or noise. It's just a great city bike. 6th Street has like zero traffic here because nobody shops here anymore because it's a fucking dump. Everyone was in South Congress, which is where I went shopping today. But you want to hear more about the bike. You don't want to hear about my Christmas shopping. There we go. A little wheel slip. I love it. I mean, it's just so hard not to get on this bike and just, I just feel... Okay. It's really hard not to, use all the torque. It's just so fun. And the fact that you don't make any noise means you get to use it even more because, sometimes when you're driving a loud car or you're driving a loud bike, you don't want to rev it up and then not go anywhere. It just feels stupid. You feel like that South Park episode, right? Whereas this thing, doesn't matter. And then you just get honked at by people. They're like, where did he come from? I'm so nervous, I'm so scared. So yeah, I just love this thing in the city. It's just fantastic. Look at this, a Cybertruck sighting. Nice. Let's race them! Nice truck! Should we do it again? Oh, that thing's so fast off the line! That was fucking awesome. Yeah. There's no way you can compete with the traction of a Cybertruck. You could just feel this rear, like, thinking, like, traction control just going, I don't know. I've had wheel slip all day, and this thing just handles it like a champ. And to kind of bring it up next to a Cybertruck's pretty cool. So there's a double brake. Oh, it's so squirrely. It's so fun. The rear end just wiggles. Well, on that note, we'll end the vlog. Thanks for watching. Ride safe. Happy holidays, y'all. Later.